Cello, cello, cello. I can turn this up. Can I turn it up? Can I turn it up? Can I turn it up? I think I can. Look at this.
He's turning up.
I got my own controls now.
So in my showroom tune.
That's fine.
I feel like on Mondays it should be a show tune. On Tuesdays it should be.
You want a show tune?
You know what I'm saying?
I can't hear nothing.
Oh,
Can you?
I can't. I'm not even gonna lie. I can
How's
now.
that?
I
Is
can
that
now.
better?
Yes,
All
I can.
right.
So I'm feeling like
I'm the king of the volumes now. These volumes are mine.
Not yours.
Be quiet. Not saying that they can't hear you. Just you can't hear you.
You can't hear
Shush.
me. He didn't shut me up. He just shut up me hearing myself. That's what he did. Oh, that's funny. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning,
You have
Sharon.
won a prize
Good
for being
morning,
the
Mia.
first one to say, "Where the hell are you?"
Is
this
that what we're gonna
morning.
do? We're gonna start giving away prizes for people that don't pay attention to what's written on the screen.
They
the
pay
morning
attention to
show.
it, but they don't care. Don't you
don't care.
understand these days? People don't care.
People don't care.
We see that you said a minute, but we want it now.
Okay, so how do I downvote Sharon's? It only has like.
Well, look, let me say, how do
It
we?
only has like.
We're gonna show
But
up
I
as-
want block Sharon.
Oh, don't block
I'm
Sharon.
joking. I'm joking. Never. See, you should have never let me into the controls.
Oh, don't
I got
block
all the
her,
controls.
Don't block her.
Mia, we love you.
We love you,
like
Mia. Thank you.
Sharon is on time.
Did she
out.
say?
Don't rush me.
He's like
I don't
this.
know what the buttons do all the
Like,
time. So
like, like.
yes, like and timeout. Oh my God.
Good morning to everybody. So
Good
I see
morning.
that we have a few folks that just popped on here, which means that y'all know that something went on yesterday that we must talk about, right?
All
You are
kinds of stuff.
fully aware
Yes.
that something went on. Yes, it happened. The Cowboys, they won.
Beat my Giants.
Well, oh no, I'm
beat
sorry,
my Giants.
babe.
Yeah, that's okay.
Aw, we
That's
should have
okay.
watched
No,
it
but
together.
big
Look
congratulations.
at all, we should have watched it together.
We should not have. It's okay.
You're right.
It's okay. I
completely
I did
agree with
exactly
that.
what I needed to do, which was cower and protect myself in my house.
So I have so excited. I say, is enough of that? We're done with that now.
I think I had enough. No,
I
gloat,
didn't realize that
enjoy,
it was your
gloat and
Giants,
enjoy.
Though,
Yeah,
but
there we
yes,
go, there
the
we go.
Cowboys won,
Yes.
and in celebration of my Cowboys winning, at noon we have a new little twist on our show. It's called Eats and Treats at noon,
Ooh.
hosted by me. Why? Because I like to eat
Right.
and I like to give away treats.
Right.
There's no better person to do it. Now, if it was called
None.
Cake and You, he would be hosting it, but it's called
But it's Eat and Treat.
and Treats.
Right.
So at noon every day, or most days, Eats and Treats happens. And today we give away something every day. Obviously, free stuff, good stuff, fun stuff, things like that. And today we're giving away NFL shirts, but not official NFL, official Annette shirts.
Yeah. Official The One NFL / NFL
Yeah.
NFL tribute shirts.
Tribute shirts. Tribute shirts.
Because a tribute isn't illegal.
Isn't illegal. Right. So I was so funny because we were making cap shirts,
Mm-hmm.
and Nike spells cap KAP.
KAEP.
Does no on their jersey. They
Oh,
spell it
on the
On the
jerseys.
jersey, they spell it KAP.
That is dumb.
And so, that's funny. So a lot of
Why?
people,
Okay.
hashtag the KAP, and so I was thinking, oh no, for our cap shirts, I was like, what do we do? Do we do KAP or do we do the KAEP? Because that's how his name's spelled,
Right,
right?
right.
So, so then I made one statement and then quickly, answered my question. Well, if Nike's doing KAP, we're doing KAEP.
There you go. Hashtag no infringement.
We're doing the opposite of what Nike does.
Hashtag
Right.
copyright protection does not apply.
Does not apply here. I was like, let me answer that dumb question real fast. So yeah, if you are around your social media and stuff, or the app, if you have the app and all those great things, tune in at noon and try to win your favorite team. I would give everybody a Dallas Cowboys shirt, but I realize that you are not always all Dallas Cowboy fans, so I will make your favorite shirt for you.
Right.
And we have guys and girls shirts, so if a guy wins,
Absolutely.
then you're good to go.
You just walk in.
It's just, yeah. You know why? Because I got his wallet. But it should be in the bag.
You going in the bag?
It should be in the bag. It's not in the pocket.
It's not in the pocket.
And that's what happens. I mean, you know, when you don't have your wallet, you got to come back and get your wallet.
Absolutely. I would.
I would too.
I absolutely would. So, did you also, now we're talking about football, Vontae Davis, what's that about? I got to go. And then he goes.
Wait, what happened? I totally missed it.
Did you?
Yes.
Vontae Davis retired before halftime.
During the game?
During the game, he was like, all right.
Was he tired?
I got to go.
How long has Vontae been playing?
He retired at halftime, I should say.
How long has he been playing?
He's been playing for a while, and I'm going to tell you the statement that he made. He actually released the official statement from cornerback Vontae Davis. Let me see if I can make it big so that the people at home can see as we read. But basically, can I just tell you that basically the statement read, it does look like homework, right? I don't know if I should read the whole thing. But basically the statement read, okay, I guess I could just show you. Since it worked.
Right.
It doesn't always work. But basically the statement reads, this isn't how I pictured retiring from the NFL. But in my 10th NFL season, I have been doing what my body has been programmed to do. Get ready to play on game day. I've endured multiple surgeries and played through many different injuries throughout my career. And over the past few weeks, this was the latest physical challenge. But today on the field, reality hit me fast and hard. I shouldn't be out there anymore. I meant no disrespect to my teammates and coaches, but I hold myself to a standard. Mentally, I always expect myself to play at a high level, but physically, I know today that isn't possible. And I had an honest moment with myself. While I was on the field, I just didn't feel right. And I told the coaches, I'm not feeling like myself. I also wondered, do I want to keep sacrificing? And truthfully, I do not, because the season is long and it's more important for me and my family to walk away healthy than to willfully embrace the warrior mentality and limp away too late. This was an overwhelming decision, but I'm at peace with myself and my family. I choose to be grateful to God for allowing me to play the game that I have loved as a boy until I turned 30 years old. Retiring at 30, guys. I choose to be grateful to God for being a part of the NFL and making lifelong friends over the last decade. There were roadblocks and pitfalls along the way, but I am grateful to God for all of it because He doesn't promise any of us an easy journey. Lastly, I'm grateful to God for what He has in store for me ahead in this next chapter of my life. Signed, Vontae Davis. So with that, he also walks away from, I believe it's $5 million because his last contract was signed for 1 year, $5 million. And he's walking away. He's like, this is the second game of the season, right? Like, I got to go. This is not feeling right, and I don't want to play.
So
in the middle of a game, though.
Yeah.
Like, you could have been like, guys, I don't want to play the rest of this game and sit on the bench and just wait and whatever. But
no, he had an emotional moment.
Yeah.
Like he said, it hit him like a thing of bricks.
Right.
So it was an emotional moment. It really wasn't about. It was almost like, you know, like he said, you could talk about it and plan stuff all you want, but you're not gonna really know it until you get there and start doing it, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing. That's when you're starting.
Right.
Same thing when you're ending. You could be like in your mind, well, I'm doing this to the day I die, or you have to drag me off the field,
right,
or whatever. But then when you out there doing it and you've like, like it, and just to know, like, I mean, one more step, I could literally be, you know, why hurt myself for the rest of my life, or why do this, or why go out on a bad note when I've done so good, when I've had 10 years of success, and one bad game could
end my like not only end my career, but maybe
overshadow your career. Right.
Right.
I mean, because you know, one bad play or one bad situation, and that's what people remember.
Right.
They don't remember the 10 years that you broke records.
Right.
They remember that one game.
Right.
Just like him walking off the field, they gonna remember.
They're gonna remember walking off the field.
You know,
after 10 years. Yeah.
So
no, you're right.
You know, I think that he just had that moment on the field where, like, I just know I'm not finna go out like that.
Right.
I'm finna go out my way.
Or even worse, if he truly doesn't feel right and he gets hit just the wrong way,
right,
then the rest of the quality of I mean, he's 30. He's still a young guy.
Right.
And, you know, God willing, he has another 70 years in him. and having another 70 years of I can't walk straight or I'm not, feeling well is bananas. So yeah, maybe it's that moment where he needs to go.
I know.
So
yeah.
So he retired at halftime of the game, and like I said, it looks like it might be a good $5 million that he's leaving on the table because that was that was his last contract. So we want to hear what you guys are thinking, though. If you guys can write something in our feed, let us know what you think. Let us know what you truly believe is happening with this guy, and whether you think he's right or wrong for having walked off the field or actually left the building. He didn't even just walk off the field. This guy left the entire building. So let's continue on with weather now, as we always do every single morning to get your Monday morning going just right. Today we will be experiencing partly cloudy skies with a high of 91 degrees, so it is going to get hot again. But don't worry, guys. It looks like after tomorrow, the temperature is going to go back down again into the 80s and then continue down and down and down and down into the fall. We will have partly cloudy skies today. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny with a high of 91 and continuing on with scattered thunderstorms will pick up again. All the rain is going to pick up once again on Thursday and continue on, as you guys can see, all through into next week. So it will be like, some sun, some rain, some sun again, some rain again, some sun again, some rain again, and then I don't know what else after that. Probably more rain. Doesn't matter. And what are we celebrating today? A whole lot of things, guys. Today is September 17th, 2018. I'm talking a lot because Nika just had to step out, but that's okay. Today, September 17th, 2018, is Constitution Day and Citizenship Day. And it's very funny because it seems as though on Constitution Day and Citizenship Day, which I think the news story happened yesterday, but today is Constitution Day and Citizenship Day. It looks like Justin Bieber got married, right? I don't know if you guys are fans, but either way, it's funny because he's very, very famous. He got married over the weekend or over the end of last week in a very, very hush-hush, secret kind of situation. And then the story comes out today that he wants to be a U.S. citizen now. I don't know if you guys knew, but he's Canadian. And so after getting married, now he decided to file for citizenship here in the United States. And today is Constitution Day and Citizenship Day. So maybe that's a good thing for him, maybe not. Today we are also celebrating National Monte Cristo Day. Now you may be asking yourself, what is a Monte Cristo?
Well, I don't like them.
It's definitely not going to like food. What? Like?
I know I do like the Monte Cristo. I
Cristo.
think it's Cristo. I think
Crisco.
it's Crisco.
That's
That's
grease.
what you fry it in.
That's lard.
It's interesting to me.
Yeah.
But so I don't think I like it, but I like the way it looks, so I want to like it.
It's a ham and cheese sandwich. You don't like ham and cheese?
I love ham and cheese.
It's ham and cheese sandwich, but
Which
it just
has
so happens
got,
to be like
like
a grilled cheese with ham. Do you like grilled cheese sandwiches?
I love grilled cheese sandwiches.
Put some ham in there and you
But
got a
there's
Monte
crust
Cristo.
on top of them.
With this, okay, so some of them you can actually put in dough and deep fry them or something like that.
That's
but
what I know of.
I mean, for the most part, it's just go out to lunch with a friend, order a Monte Cristo if you know where they have them, and it'll probably be really awesome. Have you eaten one?
I feel like
actually?
I've eaten one, yes, but someone else's. So that's what I like. I would like us to go to lunch. I would like you to order the Monte Cristo.
I ain't making it. Me ordering it doesn't.
I'd like to try yours.
Oh, I see. and then promptly put it down and
finish
eat my salad.
That I know
I know lettuce is my friend. I understand.
Right.
Well, if you like Monte Cristos, then go on out and order yourself one today because today is National Monte Cristo Day and it is also National Apple Dumpling Day. Oh, wait, what happened?
I feel like I like apple dumplings.
I feel like surprised.
I feel like I like an apple dumpling.
I don't think I have ever eaten an apple dumpling.
Really?
I'll be honest with you. I don't. I had to read what it was, and basically, it's a pastry made by putting cored and peeled apples on a piece of dough, sprinkling them with cinnamon and sugar, and then folding the dough over to form like a dumpling. And then the dumplings are then oven baked
That's exactly right.
until they're nice and tender.
Yeah.
And it's often found among the delicious Amish recipes. So they out there. Let me get some of these apples, Jessica.
Yeah,
And Jessica will put it in a. I feel like that might be a little extra.
And I was
Big
gonna-
shout to all
and
my
I
Amish
was-
brothers and
I was
sisters
gonna make it
who are
even
definitely not listening.
more extra than what it was. So I shut up. I was like sitting by the homemade fireplace making dumplings.
So you know that about a year and a half ago, I went. People can't see us?
Oh, sorry, we're
Okay,
back.
sorry. Hey, about a year and a half ago, I actually went to visit an Amish community in Pennsylvania. Look around, see what's happening. Took a tour, see what's going on, and it's really fascinating how these people live and how they do their thing, and how
Did you
community.
call them you people?
You people. How them people, those people. Very community oriented because they try really hard to shut out not the outside world, but to shut out the distractions of electronic. And really they take it to the extreme, right? So they've been trying to shut out the distraction of mass communication forever. Right, like that's kind of like no, it's too much.
Right.
And one of the reasons that these people don't even have a telephone in their homes. That's how no
Wow.
TV, no telephone, none of that stuff,
But
right?
a fireplace.
But
Because okay, so the
No
fireplaces
radios?
that I really be wanting, the nice every Christmas they show you there's an
Oh,
infomercial
yeah.
of the nice the Amish make those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's all I know.
Is there an Amish community
I don't
like a
know.
big around
Look at
here?
me. I don't
We
know.
don't know.
I'm trying not to
We
make it
know
more
that
than
they
it already
right.
is.
We don't know where they are. I know that there's a massive community of Amish people in Pennsylvania, and it's a really interesting culture. Like I said, when they try to like block out the distractions, they do have telephones, but you actually have to leave the house, and they'll have like a phone booth almost
Oh wow.
by the road
Oh wow.
of the house.
They don't
Like
have-
not.
so no cell phone.
No, ma'am. No,
She's
no,
like,
no, no, no,
"Ooh,
no. They're
no
not trying to.
television."
Like they'll have them. A man, or the dad would have it. Moms are very much into homemaking and taking care. Moms are actually, man, those chicks are bosses. These women not only will raise the family, but they are the gardener. They are the as far as the home goes, a lot of times they're building. They're out there with hammers and saws,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
and then when it comes to like foods and stuff, they'll go out and they will bale they'll pick the food, or they'll go and like they'll come home with like
So the men
food,
are
like,
just building fireplaces.
no, the men are they still they do the other things,
stuff.
the other stuff in a community, right? So when it comes to all the home stuff, the men will build the house, but the women will also be
that
out
bad
there,
boy.
yeah, and making it work, right? Like I saw so many, weeding and. But not like in the sense like you see TV and they're out there with their little gloves and gardening.
No, they're
No,
working.
they're rocking out. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like, okay, we got to get rid of this tree. And I'm going to be up there with my bulldozer.
I mean, I feel like that's how us women are here.
Yeah.
In the Americas.
Oh, my, yeah.
I
no,
mean, I don't
no.
know.
We are calling 1-800.
Branches.
Yeah. Pull my tree. And then so the men, they're councils and what have yous, and they're, like I said, very community oriented. So when you're building a house, we're all building your house, and
Right.
then when it's my turn, we're all building my house, and then when it's so,
I'll go over there and I'll cry.
and they
I'll be
will.
like, how I get the black people to do this?
I ain't doing none of that.
Can you write me
The
a
distractions, right?
manual?
Yeah, here's our Bible. Here's our thing. There's your manual. Come get it. Come get yours.
How you get the people to do this?
Yeah, but they're very community
Could you
oriented, and it's
imagine?
very
Though?
interesting.
I love that. I'm telling you, that would bring me tears of joy.
It took them a long time just to say, all right, we'll put lights on our buggies. Okay, fine. They ain't messing around. They ain't messing around. And it always comes up with them like, oh, when is it? Can we? Younger people are always going to be petitioning. Can we do this? Can we bring this in the house? Can we have a radio?
Yeah.
Can we have? And then it's really up to them to decide, yay or nay. Is this going to be a distraction from the family?
Right.
Right. So a cell phone, forget it. There's no
way.
Even the cell phones that that they do own, they'll like put in like a drawer or in like a thing as soon as they walk in the house.
The emergency 911.
No,
to
this
save
is
our
like
life.
for work. Like
Or
this
whatever,
has nothing to, because there's a phone on at the driveway, at the end of the driveway for emergencies.
Okay,
so I can go
gotcha.
out there and be like, hey,
Gotcha.
come help me.
Gotcha.
And it was interesting because then the tour we took, there was recently a fire in the barn because all the homes, decent sized homes, and they all have a barn.
Gotcha.
Because horse and buggy, no cars, right?
Gotcha.
So they got their horse in the barn, they got the buggies in there, like a
And
big
you went
big
to go
garage.
visit them this year.
Last year, yeah.
Look, in recent times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Them cats ain't playing around. Like
Just
this
check.
is how they roll.
This was last
And
year.
and most of them, a lot of them have like farmland as well. They live in neighborhoods, but always have some land where they're doing. I'm raising.
So the
I got the
kids-
blueberries. You got the carrots. Here's some blueberries. Let me get some carrots. I got the.
They gonna make me cry.
Yeah.
People don't realize that you can. See, I be telling people all the time. We can still live like that today, right? No, we could. The Amish are doing it right now.
Yeah, but I mean, we can't
Well, right.
because,
We can't because we don't
Instagram. Like, who's gonna?
But I mean, not even just the non-communication, but the fact of like, I need carrots. I've got carrots. You have blueberries. I need blueberries. Let's switch. Like,
No,
that concept.
we ain't doing that.
We could,
HEB's doing that. That's the problem, right?
We could.
We're not gonna. Yeah.
But I be trying to tell people there's folks that still live like that today. Like there's a doctor of the place. There's a
absolutely.
These people take care of everyone, and when someone needs it, everybody comes and fixes that, and then we all go and get the next one.
Yep.
It's called everybody having somebody back.
Yep.
But apparently America's as smart and as great as we all. We don't understand that concept whatsoever.
You want to know something? Something else really interesting about those guys, at least the ones in Pennsylvania, where I went. Their church is wandering from home to home.
That's
on
awesome.
the week, right? So this week is at your house. Next week, church is at my house. The week
that's
after that,
awesome.
it's at this person's house.
I love
week
it.
after that, it's at Glow's house. Week after that,
I love
and
it.
that's how they do it. So then they have basically I don't know what to call. I guess this big kind of trailer that has chairs and tables and stuff, and that trailer is going from house to house every week, and then we set up our tables and or chairs. But
it's called a community.
It's called a community, and here's a benefit of said community, which a lot of people don't know. We're in not upstate, but just a little bit upstate in New York, close to the city, in this place called Monsey, New York. It is the biggest Jewish population in the world outside of Israel, right? It's Monsey, New York, of Hasidic Jews, not just Jewish, but Hasidic Jews. Those are the ones that you'll see with the hats, the curly hair coming down the sides, always dressed in black, very stoic and purposeful, right? They do a similar thing where they have services in their homes or apartments or what have you every week, right? And interacting with them and learning about them, I realized, or I found out, that one of the benefits of doing that, other than, we're all close to God and we're all, communing, they get massive tax breaks for that because
The church is everywhere.
and it's a
Look at me. I'm like, it's so brilliant.
every home
the
that
church stops
participates,
at gets
every
the
home
tax break.
gets because it's a place of worship.
Let me tell you something. Before you said that right there, I was like, I would have to really clean. Y'all couldn't come inside my house.
Oh, come on.
I mean, and you could, but it would be like half the church could and the other half couldn't, right? Everybody could come in if there's no judging, right? But I got a sign on one of my doors that says, "Be calm, smoke weed." So like, there's no judging.
Oh.
I'm gonna need you not to judge. be calm, smoke weed.
Okay.
It's right there on the dough. So, yeah. So, like, I could imagine. And I'm just saying that for me, but I think everybody would have a problem with the whole church coming to their house. Or would you? I think it's a good one. Like, could you imagine the whole church is coming to your house this Sunday for whatever? Right. What would you have to clean?
What would you have
to put up? Would it be the sex toys all out too much? Maybe there's like a crazy apparatus in the corner of the living room.
Oh, nothing.
It's a swing.
Swing. Don't mind the leather.
Right. Like would you have to take that down, or do you find that everything in your home is nice and appropriate for anyone to come in, and they'll think that you're fine? I'm sorry. I know not everybody comes to my house. Everybody's invited to my house, but I'm just saying.
Just don't come in my room. I think. Not that there's anything.
But you got clothes on your room.
Yeah, I just have.
Yours would be mess.
I say I because I'm married, but it is we. Okay, it's she. She has clothes everywhere. You know why? Because it's that whole thing of trying something on and then not hanging it back up.
Right.
It's not even like, she's crazy. Yeah, it'll just be like, I don't like this sweater. This sweater's not working today. And then, didn't you got the hanger in your other hand? How are you not hanging that back up?
Peggy says
but
that
it's us.
They buy land and build homes big enough for more than one family to live in. Those horses and buggies get on my nerves on the road. Girl, where you at? I ain't never. Okay, now, San Antonio has horses and buggies that ride around downtown. She said, oh, no, you didn't.
I did. She has the hanger in this hand and would just be like, I don't like the way this fits.
That's all right, boo. I'm marking them for you.
Whatever.
But, like, I would trip out if, like, there was a horse and buggy, like, instead of a car. Like, at the light. Like, getting on the freeway. Like, dude, get out the way. What are you doing? Downtown is that way. Like, y'all are over there in that area.
Well, okay.
Over there.
Okay, so the other thing about, when I say that, and I can see what you mean, but the thing to keep in mind is that when I say community, there's no one else there.
But
it's them, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you're annoyed by you in there, community.
Well, Peggy said
they're
get on
all
my nerves.
they're getting on your nerves. Drive around, Lancaster or wherever it is that they're at. You gotta go a different way then, because if it's annoying, but that's like, how you gonna come to my house and then be annoyed that I'm in the living room?
Well, right. That's a whole nother.
So I'm not saying that they, that's their,
but
they have exclusive right to a city. But this is where we are. We built the city, we built the town, we built the whatever, and this is where we live. And I'm going in my horse and buggy from my general store to my, from my community's general store to my, and it's not like, but here they will do, go to a mall.
In the horse and buggy, with the other cars and stuff there.
Because they do take breaks not breaks from the religion or breaks from the thing, but they realize that there's a need to go buy clothing, and there's a need, and they don't all have it. Like, look, if the community is this big, we don't have, Jenny can't sew everything. This many clothes. So
we gotta go.
You know what I mean?
We gotta go to
Ross where they also have
something.
Yeah, exactly.
More.
And then the things that they're choosing are work for what they wear, right? So they're choosing modest and and what have you, and they're choosing those things, and then those stores will bring those things in, because they do go to the store, and they do dress, they dress modestly, but there are different
levels to this.
Different levels. There's different levels, and even within the Amish community, it's like, these are the hardcore Amish, and these are the
new age.
These
Amish.
are the new age Amish, exactly. Like, oh my gosh,
this is new fools right here.
They
got shorts on, fool.
Yep.
You see his shorts rolled up like that?
Right.
Don't you wear a romper, black men? To the community, they will go crazy.
They're not trying to see that.
What is this man doing in this little 5-year-old outfit?
Riding a horse.
Get a rope.
And we're back in Texas.
And we're back. Yeah, that's Texas. Sorry, man. Let me tell you something. You say so in Amish. Well, how do you even say this? I'm so sick of
Amish? That's not nice, Nika.
I'm sick
I'm
of
just putting
not
words
being.
in your mouth.
Yeah, right now. I'm sick of not being able to just exist. Right now, I feel like we can exist, and I pray every day that I'm never faced with that type of I'm just here existing and somebody comes and tries to ruin my life, right? Shoot me, throw me in jail, do whatever for bouncing a basketball in the gym, for drinking coffee in the coffee shop, for resting in the dorm room, you know what I'm saying? Right. For barbecuing on a grill, like. I really pray to the good Lord that I don't have to be in a situation that I'm literally just existing, using the things in which are built for us to exist, and either be life-threatened or whatever. Because we laughed about that. You gonna come in my house and say, dang, that just happened. Somebody came in someone's house and killed them in their living room. You know what I'm saying?
Walked away.
And then they turn around and try to
smear the victim.
I'm like, who does that, America?
Right. There's a great point made about that that I didn't even realize because of just the outrage that was being exhibited and stuff. But there was a point that was made about it. It's if you guys don't know what we're talking about the young man who was killed by the police officer while he was in his home, and she went to the wrong apartment and thought it was her apartment. That's the story. And then she thought, according to her statement, she thought that he was intruding in her house, and she pulled out her gun and she shot him, but she was really on the wrong floor and the wrong apartment. And then she didn't get arrested for another 3 days. And then since then, there was a bit of an investigation into the victim. There was news stories and reports that came out about him smoking weed, at which point, in his life, at which point, everyone said, so? Yeah. And so that was supposed to be the victim smearing kind of part of it. And there was a whole thing about the reason that even came up was because there was a search warrant executed on his apartment to see, because it was also the murder scene. But then the point that I'm getting to that was brought up this weekend that I was like, was why was there not a search warrant executed at her place? She lives right downstairs. She's the murderer. Why wasn't her place searched?
For evidence.
And we needed that moment of silence because we needed to sink in right now, right? Why wasn't her place searched? Why? Okay, so we're taking it at the word because she's a police officer. We're taking it at her. We're taking her as a community, I guess, at her word that this is what happened. There were two, as you mentioned last week, there were two people, two ear witnesses that said they heard loud knocking and saying, let me in. And then there were also two other witnesses that said, we didn't hear any of that stuff. All kinds of false reports coming out about he knew her or didn't know her. There's another report that came out that said that she, that there was noise complaints about his apartment at times. There were multiple noise complaints, but that the complaints didn't name the person that complained. They just said an immediate downstairs neighbor, which was obviously her. But they didn't, they didn't put any names or whatever. An immediate downstairs neighbor was having noise complaints. So there was that report that came out. And again, how do we know there was no search warrant executed on her place? What if she had a room with a bunch of, racist memorabilia or terrorist stuff or whatever, but we're not going to check that because... Or pictures of them, why? Maybe she is a scorned or jealous. Who knows?
But, or just period. Let's not search warrant the victim.
Yeah, we're gonna search warrant the victim.
I mean, let's not do that. And then I don't care if you did find something like, and we found this weed. Y'all know damn well that this woman that came into the wrong house while he was watching TV. Why you gotta report what the hell was in that man's house?
Right. Right.
That don't even make no sense.
It's not even reporting. Why you have to go search his stuff?
There's
when
no
he's the
reason.
victim?
And if you did, and if it is, I'm in here just seeing if there's any pictures of them or evidence that she's been in his house before or something like that. I'll give you
Then
that
okay.
one. But
Then
you ain't got to
okay.
report nothing.
Right. You're gonna talk about he smoked
And
weed.
she had 3 vibrators in her 4th drawer. You don't hear that. And I guarantee you every woman got a vibrator in some drawer. Like, you don't hear that.
Especially the 4th.
I'm just saying.
We know what happens. 3rd drawer.
Nah,
Okay.
but the fourth
The
drawer,
4th drawer?
vibrator. So I just don't get it. You did it on purpose. You did it on purpose.
No, it's on purpose.
And that's the bull
It's
crap.
on purpose because we can have us being outraged because that's the norm, right? We can be outraged because, okay, colored folks, they're always outraged about something and we can mitigate that because that's what they do,
We're so
right? But we can't have all these white folks outraged. So let's find something about him that'll calm all the white folks down.
I feel you. I feel you. I
At
feel you
least-
on that too.
at least
This would
that's
be
what it
seeming
could
like
be.
it. It'd be
That's what it
seeming
could be.
like it.
That's what it seems
Right?
like. That's what it seems
So
like.
when we try to, it's like that's where the whole conspiracy crap, big theories and stuff come in. They just make more sense than what you trying to feed me on CNN. I'll be like,
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh.
get it, CNN. But then here come, oh, now I get that.
Speaking of
It
which,
just makes me feel like you're trying to.
um,
Well, you look at that, but when I say it makes me feel like you're trying to feed me a story, who saw the video of the news reporter?
that's what I was about
What's yours going? The news reporter that was in the wind, right? He had the stance on. He had the. He
Right.
had the
I'm going to pull it up for you guys so you guys can see, just in case you didn't see
He
it.
had the stance on in the report, and the winds are treacherous out here. And see the one leg up. He had the stance going, and the people in the background just walking around like, do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Right. It's,
It's not sunny and on hot. It's
but you know what? The
nice.
Weather Channel is defending dude. They're backing him.
Well, I mean, you have to defend him, but what that part of the road was heavier winds than the other side of the road?
No, I don't know. Wait.
Because what do you defend exactly?
Is this even coming up? I want to see if it's coming up. But you see my man.
I don't
And
know.
the
if
wind
it-
is crazy.
it coming up?
I don't know. I tried
You
to
have
push.
to
I
look.
tried to push the button. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, it's coming up. Oh, it came up and I was messing you guys up. I'll put it on again. So you guys gotta watch this.
So crazy, man. So mad.
Wait, but I got something for you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hold on a
Are
second.
they ready though? Can they?
Are they ready?
Yeah,
can
they can see it.
They can see it, and
They
now,
can hear it.
yes.
He done read another piece of instructions.
I did. I read them all now, girl. I'm ready.
He done read another piece.
Okay, so whoa.
Boom.
That's it. So as you can see, this man is. There's a lot going on, and there's so much wind. Oh,
Get up here in Wilmington, North Carolina, right at the Intracoastal, and we're in one of these bands. This is about
And they're in shorts.
yeah.
That's what makes it even worse. Like we
They're
just
not
got
even-
out of practice.
So why is your wind stronger than the wind from these
Their wind.
guys?
and this wind gusting again over
And you
60
know the cameraman saw it because he's quickly zoomed right back in. Then he tried to
Right.
cut the frame, and then they went to the map.
Right.
So they seen the action from the producer side of it and was like, "Oh crap!" But
They had to
but
have,
but
yeah.
what are they defending exactly? What are they saying?
All right, so he's obviously his name is Mike Siddell, and he's getting skewed on social media after doing a live shot where he seems on the verge of losing his footing. Oh my gosh, this is about to be it's about to be as nasty as it's been. And then of course 2 guys are walking behind him, right? So the Weather Channel's explained, it's important to note that the 2 individuals in the background were walking on concrete, and Mike Siddell is trying to maintain his footing on wet grass, right? Watch the video closely and check out Mike's pants, and you do see that there are.
I just want to hit some.
Oh, come on! Don't punch the Cowboys
I just
thing.
gotta hit some.
Yeah.
Look, man. Look.
yeah.
Look. This is going out. This is a PSA.
Oh.
For
No,
all of
that
my.
was too much. Okay, we get it. We get it, Zay. We can hear it now. So I'm just gonna turn that down.
Look, man,
Go ahead.
this is a PSA for all of my lighter-skinned hues of folks. Look, sometimes you're just wrong, right? Sometimes you just got caught doing the most, and you just got to be like, I got caught doing the most.
Got caught doing the most.
I tried to make it a little bit more than it was. My bad. Y'all got me. Right? Like, just admit it. I can't. He was standing on wet grass and these guys were on concrete.
Right.
That's
and
why.
he had no cleats on. That's the problem, Nika.
Look, his
if
feet
he
are
had
buried
cleats,
into the freaking grass.
but he didn't have cleats on,
You're
Nika.
right. Nikes at that. Nike cleats at that. Because if he would have had Adidas on, Adidas doesn't really get into the grass like Nike do. So
Okay.
I'm just saying.
He needed cleats, is what I'm getting at.
All
and
I'm
basically, my man was at the
saying-
waterway, and it was called the waterway, Nika. So he was having a hard time. And these
Right.
guys, see, they got their Nikes on. They
They do,
it's on
and
concrete.
they might have cleats on. No, because
Right.
cleats and concrete don't go together at
right.
all.
But you said they came from practice.
They-
They did not. Anyway,
I just need y'all to sometimes just be like, we got caught. We wrong.
yeah.
Oops. You got me.
You know what? There is also I'm gonna share this with you guys too because I saw this over the weekend as well. There is also footage of.
I'm so
Talk
mad.
to them for a second because this one is gonna be.
The baby said he wasn't even anchored to anything, which is what you are supposed to do if wind gushes are that dangerous.
Okay. Okay, so there's a actually
Glow
let
says-
me find out if this is even
Somebody
true.
says mine is in the top drawer, not the fourth drawer. But
Oh,
not every nightstand's
ready.
got four.
Gee, that's
you
because
know?
it's ready, ready for service.
She's single right now, so that's why it's in the first drawer.
As time goes on, it will go from the first to the
When you
second
got
to
a
the
man,
third.
it goes down a little bit, but when you single,
When you don't have a man. Oh yeah, when you have a man. I don't know the words.
it's right there. It's right there. When you
let
really
me see.
single and horny, it don't even go in the drawer. It just stands up by the lamp. There's those times when it just be up on the lamp and you just zoop, I'm home.
Okay, hold on. So
Oh, that's funny.
I gotta find it. So there's another picture that's circulating of Anderson Cooper, and the picture circulating with a caption that claims that he's faking the severity
of what's
a
going
storm. Yeah. The timing. I'm just looking to make sure that it's real before I even show it to you guys because that's not.
The problem is that that's what's so great about shows like this one. Like, we're not faking nothing, man. This is all the way real. It's all the way us, all the way real. Information, how we give it. Seen
Okay.
it.
All right. So I am going to show you this picture because it's not a fake picture, but the caption is misleading. The caption that's going out saying basically what people are writing is that people are showing. I wish I could make this bigger for you guys.
The
But
media
people
will lie
are
about this.
right. So there's a meme going around saying that if the media will lie about this, what else are they lying about, right? So they're
Right.
obviously showing my man with the two guys walking
The
behind him.
back.
Well, we just showed you right now. Then there is also in the same picture is Anderson Cooper standing in waist deep water along with another young lady also from CNN, also standing in waist deep water. Or at least she might be from CNN, not sure. But then it shows further back the shot of his camera crew standing just in
regular-
ankle deep water,
right.
right? And they're all, and he's down in the water,
Right,
but the
right.
cameras are out like, my man, like
Right.
what are you purposefully standing in a hole to exaggerate?
And that's what it is.
Well, that's the idea behind the meme.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that it's not true, right? It is not that it's not true. It's taken out of context to make a point, right? But the Anderson Cooper picture, it's a real picture
Mm-hmm.
from 2008, right? When he was, I guess, here in Texas. And what he was saying in the broadcast was, look what happens when I just step 2 feet back closer to the homes, how the water gets crazy
So he
tall.
was very honest in
He was
his
being
situation.
honest, right? He was like, here we are here, but if I just walk 2 feet back, look what happens.
Right.
And that was where these particular pictures were taken.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need you not to grab nothing from 2018 either. This is
2008,
not, or
yeah.
2008. This is we in something right now.
Right, exactly. So that was
Like-
the point that he was making. And as you can see, he only walked 2 feet back, and you
Right.
can see the man clearly up to his waist now.
Right.
Yeah. Let's we don't
that
have to
happens-
keep putting
well, this
other
happens-
stuff on
this
stuff
happens
that's
a lot
already
too,
crazy.
Because and I know I've grabbed old stuff before. No, sometimes knowing that it's old stuff, and sometimes not knowing that it's old stuff. Most of the times it's just funny or like, oh my goodness, right? But now that we have access, obviously, there's people that just got Facebook 2 years ago. So the stuff that was circulating 4 years ago, they just now seeing, and they reposting it like it's new to them, but it ain't new to us, right?
Right.
So
right,
because
right,
things
right,
come in different people's timelines differently. If you
Right.
got more friends or less friends, if you depending on what your friends do, if your friends are nothing but meme peeps, right? You probably see a lot of the memes quickly. But
Right,
if you
right,
don't
right.
have a lot of meme peeps as your friend list, you'll see them later on down the road. But
Right.
those memes have been out forever.
Exactly.
So when these tragedy things happen, and that's one thing that you have to fact check real quick too, because people might just grab an old picture that they saw and they're thinking, oh, this happened yesterday. Meanwhile, it was 5-6 years ago.
Right.
You know,
And
or
that's dangerous.
a story
Spreading the memes is bananas. That's exactly
like fake news. Like spreading
exactly fake news.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what the whole idea of Russian interference in our elections.
Right.
It's that.
It's that.
Right? It's targeting you with something they know you're going to share, whether it's real or not. You're still going to share it because of the shock value of it. Plus, they know you want likes,
Right.
because that's what social media has
And
become,
then
right?
if it's a whole bunch
about
of likes on your page, then that means someone's going to share it and like it on their page to
Right.
get the same thing, and then here we
That's
go.
the point. So before you just blindly say, "Oh yeah," calm down, take a look, make sure it's
a
not
little-
fake.
look a little deeper real
before
quick.
you're spreading it to your friends. And then here's what happens: once your friends realize that this ain't real, then who's looking crazy?
Yeah.
You looking
Yeah,
crazy.
you the one out there spreading the fake news.
Yeah, don't do that. That's bananas. Anyway, but it's still funny to see these guys.
It's funny, man. Let me tell you, ooh wee,
Uh-oh, what happened?
ooh wee.
¿Qué pasó?
Look at me, I'm just Those was on yesterday, weren't they?
What? What were you saying?
Literally nothing. Like that was just my reaction from people. Ooh wee, ooh. Nah, I don't even know. Like, like I don't even know what to say. I was watching football all day. My weekend.
As most
can I just
people
tell
were.
you, my weekend was horrible.
Why?
Why was it horrible?
Why was it horrible?
Because Aunt Flo came into town. And when
Oh.
Aunt Flo comes into town, I have 2 days of pure HELL. Right here. Yeah, calm down. It's okay. Because mine it's oh my gosh. So the whole weekend.
I'm like this right now because I am a boy.
The whole weekend I was
But
just
somehow
like,
she feels the need.
I talked
'Cause
about
I'm
it.
here.
That's right.
That's
and
fine.
you cared
I-
about
I-
me.
I-
And I was hurting.
Yeah, go ahead, talk. Go ahead, tell me all about it.
Look, man.
Tell Uncle
I was-
Zay.
I was, and then I went to the gas station. You know how when you just be, well, I don't think you know because you try to get dressed every time you leave your house.
I just put on clothes. Okay, can I just tell you, my wife this weekend hit me up with some old. I gotta go to a 99-cent store. Right? My wife is the best. She is the craftiest, most amazingly creative person with like stuff, even nothing, right? Like
Let's do
go in
this
the
and let's do
backyard and be like, there's a lot of leaves out here, and I'm like, we need to rake them up. I'm not raking. Call my son. Hey,
Right.
earn your room.
Earn your
right?
keep.
Earn your, like, you want pizza? Rake all this crap up. But she'll say, and then she'll see those leaves and be like, wait, I can make. And then we'll decorate the house door with this
for
amazing
fall.
looking, So what she was doing was she decided, her and her sister both decided last Christmas to take elements of Christmas and extend them throughout the year, but just repurposing them for the
cool.
seasons, right?
Gotcha.
So my wife's sister went all out. She has a Christmas tree up that she is redecorating like once every 2 months for the season,
Oh, I
right?
love it.
All year long. So like this year, last week, they stripped it and decorated it with Halloween. So
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
Christmas tree, but it's
But
all
Halloween
Halloween,
stuff.
right? My wife, we didn't go so far, right? So what she did was she kept a wreath, the big Christmas wreath that we have, and she keeps pulling it apart and redecorating it for the season.
Gotcha.
So in the summertime, she had like summertime kind of flowers, and then she would also put like little plastic,
beach balls
beach ball,
something like that,
exactly.
yeah.
So this weekend we have to do the
You have to
fall
redecorate.
wreath,
Yes.
and not just fall, but then she also wants to add elements of Halloween and stuff like that. Tell you all that to tell you this: I have to go to the dollar store. What's at the dollar store? I'm going to go to the dollar store because I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of money on Halloween stuff and little fall things, right? So stuff that I'm either going to put away or throw away. I'm not going to
Gotcha.
spend a whole bunch of money on that, even though you could go to Home Goods or one of those home
dollar stores
stores.
are very-
Dollar store is amazing for stuff like that, right?
Right. And
So-
she spent how much?
And she probably spent
$50,
$1. Yeah,
$54,
like
$54.
not even. Like my wife can be very
I
frugal.
spend $54 every time I go to the dollar store. I'm like,
It should be called the $54 store because
Right.
that's how much I leave here every time.
every
right?
time.
I want to go to the dollar store. I'm like, okay, so I'll drive with you. It's raining. Like, why? Go out. Maybe I can wait in the car if you want to. I just want to go to the dollar store. Okay. And she throws on her raincoat, her jacket, because it was raining really hard on Saturday, I think it was. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then she's like, we're going to the dollar store. I'm like, you gonna go dressed like that? This woman, how do I explain it? It's one of the, like, just because maybe I was wrong, but sometimes I feel like if you sleep in those clothes, those are your pajamas, right? If you sleeping in those clothes, those are your
You're
pajamas.
allowed to go to the store. with them.
Maybe don't go to the store in your pajamas.
So that's how I feel like you are, right? Then that's why I meant. That's
you
why
are
I meant.
right.
Because when I went to the store, I left and I was hurting, right? I was like, oh, I'm in
Yeah.
pain. I had on a shirt. Holla if you hear me, ladies. I had on a shirt, no bra.
This ain't going the right way.
No bra.
Okay.
My what are those pants on? Those pants, the biker shorts, right? That people wear when they go work out and stuff, and y'all think you cute because you're still walking around
Right.
outside and you got your little biker shorts and your
Right.
stuff and your little running shoes on. Yeah, biker shorts, t-shirt, no bra. I think I had my hair like something in the thingy on top and some flip flops. I'm going to the store, and Kenny was like, "All right, get me some." I just knew he was gonna be like, put some pants on,
Can
right?
you put some
I just
clothes
knew
on?
he was gonna say, "You gonna have to put some pants on, boo." He said not. I walked right on out of there because I'm already wearing more clothes than most people wear anyway. Because like I say, you see people all the time in biker pants, in shorts. Now they're coming from the gym, yes, but nah, I wasn't getting dressed. I was coming right back home to get right back on the couch. And I was only going a block. Do you get dressed for a block? I know he does. He doesn't even have to answer that question.
If there's gonna be other people, you get dressed. Like what? I can't. I'm looking at this woman like, are you? She was like,
Okay, now what does she have underneath the raincoat?
I'm telling you, pajamas.
Okay, but were they pajama? Because I go to the store in pajama pants, especially in the wintertime. Oh yeah, I'm the one in Walmart. I can't believe they in here in their pajamas. Yes, I was in here in my pajamas. I came to get 3 things. I'm going back home and I'm getting back into bed. Holla if you hear me. I ain't mad at it at all. I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Welcome to San Antonio.
Welcome to, and I don't know if
Welcome
it's
to Texas.
If it's because you say they don't do that. Some people do it in New York, just not because you don't do it anywhere. It don't matter whether you're in New York, Texas. It don't matter.
Look, there was, and I'm about to sound real crotchety right now, right? I'm about to sound like twice my age right now. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm a fan of the days where I see the old timey pictures of, every man always walked at the house with a jacket on. Like, going to work, it was a suit and tie no matter what you did.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to whatever. I'm going to the office. Okay, well then you had a jacket and a tie on, and no matter what culture, no matter what tax bracket you were in, no matter the poverty rate, which you put out an amazing article this weekend about the poverty rate here in San Antonio. I got to tell you, just compliment you about that because thank you. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But no matter what your tax bracket, you walked out the house like you had some respect, right? And as time has gone up, remember our grandparents used to talk about getting dressed up to get on an airplane.
No.
My grandparents used to talk about getting dressed up to get on an airplane because it was a special event. Going to the movies, you got dressed when you went to the theater, right? You got. This is what.
Well, my grandparents never talked about that, though. I'm just trying to think of if I could remember, but my grandparents never talked about that.
Oh, now she want to chime in. They're yoga pants, but they're white with pink splotches, and I had cute pink T-shirt on to match. And now she's all ticked off at me. You know what, woman? I'm just going to leave it right there.
Yeah, don't get in trouble.
I'm going to leave it right there. Anyway, so the idea is, though, that as time has gone on, and there's actually a, you can look this up, you can YouTube this, I'm sure there's a bunch of videos on it, but if you Google it, you'll read some great articles. There is actually a seeming like movement, whether it's on purpose or not, to like slob up society. Right? So it used to be a time where, even look back at any, there was always like a someone always had a collared shirt on, or always or whatever, right?
Something.
Yeah, something, right? So as time has gone on, we have popularized as a culture comfortable clothes, not just comfortable clothes, but we're putting comfort above everything else, right? So in the past, however many years, sportswear, even if you're not doing sports, has become the standard kind of wear.
You
right?
nailed it, because this weekend we saw these two girls, right? And again, this is I see no problem with it, again, because I'm not trying to impress nobody, so I just be doing what I do. But these girls they both had on their little yoga pants, right? One obviously looked like she just came from working out in those yoga pants. Fine. She was fine. She had a nice figure, whatever. The other one, not so much. She did not look like, nor did she look like she was coming from it or going to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was just kind of like, I'm wearing yoga pants because everybody wears yoga pants out. So I'm wearing it as a style rather than I'm wearing it to go work out or come from working out.
Right. No, yeah.
Like,
it's about being
it's
about being comfortable. It's not about
it sure as heck wasn't about being cute.
And you know what? And things can be deceiving, like I wear some workout gear and not necessarily, and I don't look like I'm going to the gym or coming back from the gym. You look at me, you don't know that I could run a couple miles. You don't know that I could, that I can ball or I can, do any of this stuff, right?
Wear workout clothes and they're not going to work
and they're
out.
not going to work nothing.
Yeah, they just
they're not doing it, right? So they're wearing it because it's comfortable,
right?
And like I said, it seems to be that over the course of the past few decades, that is what we're preferring, and honestly, it seems to be an American thing more than anything else.
I would say that, and I might say I would say a Southern thing too, because I know for a fact that folks in the South, they put on whatever, like scrubs. There's more people that wear scrubs and ain't no doctor or no nurse.
You are not in the medical field,
or
sir.
in no type of medical field or nothing.
Kid.
Right. They just got scrubs, right? Because they're comfortable and you can go anywhere in them.
Yeah.
Like literally my aunt gave me, and I lost them because they was too big, but I would, and I'd be like, I could wear these scrubs because I can wear them, they're comfortable, and literally if I go to Walmart, people are just gonna assume I'm getting off of work, right? It's not like you're going in your pajamas and you're like, you just got out of bed. I'm gonna wear these scrubs. They're gonna just think I got off of work, but really, I was being loungy. It was my pajamas. But
scrubs,
the deception to you.
The new sweatpants.
There was a deception to you because as long as you look decent when you're out in public, and decent meaning that you're not in your underwear, like you're in something that you can be in public with. So workout gear, scrubs, anything that people can wear in public is a check okay. And it all boils down to how cute you are. Because I could put the same outfit on one girl and put it on a different girl, and somebody's gonna have a problem with it.
Well, here's the thing, right? If you turned around and wear, I mean, there is that also kind of perception of, of a thing, right? We're judging a book by its cover all the time. If you wore sweats to a place, you have the kind of figure that people would think, okay, maybe she just came from the gym, or maybe, she's doing it. So you could pull it off, right? And then you have others that it's like, oh, even if They just made a lifestyle change,
Right.
and nobody knows. And you know, people are still gonna look
So
and
I'm
say something about people that.
I'm gonna go one further. For me, because I don't like to dress up, and I will put my hat on anywhere and my little stuff. That's why I put the One Radio on everything, because it became my uniform. So I don't care. I would go to a club. Look, I don't know if Tanya's on here, but look, I could go to a club, everybody dressed up, everybody, and I got on my hat and my shirt, my The One Radio stuff. Right now, in my mind, I'm doing it on purpose because I have no plans on getting all dressed up like y'all's dressed up. But if I put the One Radio and everything, I can say I'm in uniform. I came to promote. I came to talk to the manager. I came to, work the table. I came to do whatever. So it was always me working. But really, I ain't getting dressed up. So that was my easiest way, because I'd be up in places and people will be like, the door people will be like, she can't come in because she's not in code. Oh, no, that's Miss Nika. She can come in. And that's literally how I got. It wasn't like I was dressed like I was supposed to. Nika, could you go take your hat off and put on something, because we all up in here with makeup and heels? No. But if you would like me here I am. What you want? You want cute me or me? And I'll say that too. If you want cute me, that's going to cost you $250. If you want me just to show up, let me just come, right? Which one do you want? Because one's going to cost you. Because I got to go and get cute. I got to go get my makeup girl to go put me on. I got to go get my hair done. I got to go get a new outfit. That costs money, so that's going to cost you money if you want me in this building. Otherwise, I'm going to come like I am. I'm sorry, I'm not the dress-up one, though. I'm the hat, no makeup, what's up, my personality, got it all. You're going to love me once you talk to me. But if you look at it for me just from the eye, you probably won't like me. I'm not going to dress up for you. I'm not.
Just don't want to.
Don't want to.
Just
and
don't
that's
want
also my mentality of San Antonio, though. But take me to New York and say, hey, Nika, we going to go out. I'm not finna walk out the room with my hat on. I'm finna
Why
be
not?
super, super fly.
But why?
Because I don't know people in New York. I might meet somebody. I might woo.
But that doesn't go
well here. You could tell me, oh, Nika, you might meet someone, and if I meet them, that's great. They're gonna see me. They're gonna see what I do here, and that should speak louder than what clothes I have on. If it doesn't, I don't need them.
But then that should also translate to being in New
should.
York.
And probably in New York, after I went one time, the next day, I'd probably wear the same thing I would always wear. Like, I'm going to give you this dress up once, and then if I see that it's not a need for me to have to do this, then, yeah, I'm going to go right back to
Okay,
it.
so what's the need?
The need is literally because, I would say my need would be an open opportunity.
Okay.
Literally. And in San Antonio, I'm not saying that there's all kinds of open opportunities, right? There's all kinds, but it's my comfort zone. So I feel like I know how people move and work and woo. So if you come to me and you're different, I know how to work that out. I know how to move that. New York, I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the atmosphere, whatever. So I'm gonna have to go the way everybody else does to figure it out, and then I can figure out how I can place myself in a situation and move the way I move. But I would come to the table like you're supposed to come to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the table. You've never been here before. Put on your nice dress. Absolutely. I'm going to do that. Once I figure out the table, I'm coming like I won't.
I got you.
I'm coming like I want to come.
Okay. Makes sense. It makes sense. All right. So, were you ever a fan of Friends? Did you ever watch that show?
Of course I did.
You did?
Knew I grew up as a white girl, right?
Right. But I'm just wondering if you watched this. I mean, I never watched.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen a single episode of that show.
Of Friends?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen it. Anyway, I say that because I'm setting up the fact that apparently Matthew Perry of Friends fame has been in the hospital for the past 3 months, and he only told everybody recently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's been confined to a hospital, but not just in the hospital, but in bed for 3 months.
He looks old.
You know, Friends was in the 90s, man.
know.
That was
They had a
20
long
years
run.
ago. That was 20 years ago. So
Yeah,
these
long
people
run.
are all in their 50s now, probably.
Dang.
You know, 40s or 50s, late 40s, early 50s. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
no,
anyway,
you're right.
he recently underwent surgery, and apparently just it didn't go properly. It didn't get right. So he's been in the hospital. Just basically, he had a gastrointestinal perforation, right? So I don't know. I guess maybe something was perforated and they couldn't go to the restroom. And so he's been in the hospital for three months. Before the whole summer in the hospital. Imagine that.
No. I'm like, I don't want to.
I don't want to imagine. I don't want to do that.
I don't want to imagine it. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy. So that's just a little bit of news there. Everybody wishing Matthew Perry speedy recovery.
Let's see, Friends. Friends didn't have any black people in it. And Frasier didn't have any black people in it. I love Frasier. That's one of my favorite shows.
Never really watched Frasier either. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
but
really?
I did Nick at Night Cheers a lot. I thought that was
Cheers.
Absolutely.
That
was a fun show.
Norm.
That was a fun show.
Did they have any black people in it?
And then by the time that was over, well, they had what did they have in there? I don't think so. Well, they had this little Italian lady, and they had
they didn't have no black people.
So
I was thinking about that the other day. Right. I was like, these shows that don't have no, like, it's just white people. Like, they don't have no other culture or expanded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that just shows you how even limited 80s, even as recently as the 80s, things were still like.
For sure. But like even.
We had to get the Cosbys. All right, that's enough black people. Now we got.
They got shows with all black people. Yeah. Now we can do shows with no black people.
No black people. But you guys have that one.
That's right.
Look, you even have a different world. That's two.
That's
two on our network.
18 black people employed.
And leave us our other stuff alone.
What was it? The Big Bang Theory, because that's still on, or is there last year?
This is the last year,
right?
Yeah.
They don't have any black people. I love that show.
I love that show too. No black people on that one.
Or any Latinos on that one? No, just nerds. Nerds are all.
Not even like supporting
cast. No.
Okay. What about no? They don't got that.
And they're Indian, I think, too.
There's one Indian guy on there. Yes. There's one Indian guy on there.
Because it's
Rajesh
tech world.
Kutrapali.
It's the tech world, so you know.
No, they're not even. Nice, they're not even tech people. They're nerds, but they're astrophysicists.
Oh yeah, they're physicists.
And an engineer. So they're not even. I mean, not like that. Not like you would think.
Right.
We're the black folks on television.
Where are the black folks on TV?
We got one
besides
on This
Empire
Is Us.
Power.
Empire Power.
You got the Blackish, so that's their show.
Blackish, that's theirs. We got one on This Is Us. We got. No.
Modern Family. No Modern Family.
Yeah, we got Latino. We got two Latinos.
And you got the hottest Latino on
We
Modern
got two
Family.
Latinos on Modern Family.
But no blacks.
We got cartoons.
Speedy Gonzalez.
No, so last week I say cartoons because okay. So last week, there was something up, and if you guys were watching closely, you remember that Glow looked at my screen and said, "What the hell is that?" And I was like, maybe we'll get to that, maybe we won't, right? Yeah. And we did not. Truthfully, the issue is that the NRA, if you guys hadn't heard, they have a whole channel, NRA TV, right? They have a whole channel dedicated to NRA stuff, issues, guns, all that stuff, right? And so their main spokesperson, Dana Loesch, stirred up controversy by using an edited image of Thomas and Friends. There's a show called Thomas and Friends, and if you got little kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Thomas the Tank Engine, right? But they used an edited image of that, which they photoshopped to put Ku Klux Klan hoods on the trains, right? Which obviously Mattel is ticked off about that. What are you doing right now? Like, why are you doing that to our stuff? But they did it to try to make a point, right? And here's the point that they're trying to make, which is bananas, right? But the point they're trying to make is, and it really makes no sense to me. I don't understand the point. I don't understand the point. But the point basically is they're talking about, or maybe railing against, the idea that in association with the United Nations, Thomas and Friends are doing like this series, like 15 episodes or something like that, where they're promoting the diversification. They're promoting the other cultures, bringing other cultures together with some cultures, right? So Thomas the Tank Engine, they know that there's a British one. I mean, and it's not just about culture as it is also about adding more female trains too. Like, here's some female trains. Here is a train from, this is what really, I guess, set them off. There's one train named Nia, okay, that they're bringing in, and that train is from Kenya, right? So you have a train that is obviously a very female-faced train. Mm-hmm. There it is right there. I'm going to show you guys right now.
Nia, train from Kenya.
Yeah, so she's going to be it's a little train from Kenya. And basically they're trying to show diversity, you know, and teach little, because the show is for little kids. I think it's on Nick Jr. or something like that. It's for little teeny weenies.
Right.
So try to show diversity in different cultures, right? So again, this is together with the United Nations, right? So they want to promote things from all over the world.
I got you.
You understand. So there's Nia, right?
But
this lady got mad, I guess, because she doesn't understand why we need to do that. Wasn't Thomas the Tank Engine already diverse? I mean, they're trains. Are there white trains? I didn't notice if they were white trains. All the faces are gray, and they're trains, so they're train colored. Were they white? I'm going to actually play you with some of this. I'm going to show you what this lady was saying.
Look at me. Look, white woman.
Let's see. Can we hear it? I don't know if we can hear it. I hope we can hear it. Oh, man. Oh, wait.
Entire time that Thomas...
Okay.
That's where it gets really strange to me, because I've looked at Thomas and Friends at their pictures and I see gray and blue. Am I to understand this entire time that Thomas and his trains were white?
Right. So she's not happy. Mattel said that it hoped to raise awareness about sustainable development and gender equality, which is part of the whole thing of this this particular part of the United Nations and why they're getting together.
We know that we've got a show that means a lot to young audiences, and really what we're trying to do is just bring that show into the 21st century and make it relatable for that young audience.
That's basically what they're doing, and bringing in new characters and trying to make it happen. So what is this lady saying again? Hold on, I'm going to play you what she said.
They had to paint what I guess they thought was some sort of African pattern on the side of Nia's engine.
Right. So she got mad about that. Hold on. I really wanted to find you the whole clip, but I don't know that we want to get all up in the NRA TV trying to find these things.
I'm really, really struggling to understand how in the world there isn't any diversity in any of this. Oh, was it because, I see it, it was the white hoods and the burning train tracks. Okay, fine, fair point, fair, I get it.
So she's using that to make some kind of point about overdoing, I guess, the whole
Who is this
this
woman?
is white. She is that's Dana Loesch. She is basically the chief spokesperson for the NRA.
Dana, you're fired.
No, she is not.
You are fired.
I mean, so anyway, she's trying to make that point that it seems like she's trying to make the point that the racial sensitivity is overdoing it. Like, you're taking something and saying that it's white when it was already diverse, and you're trying to make it more diverse by claiming that it wasn't already diverse. I don't know. She's saying that that there was no color on it to begin with.
So that means it's
and
not
that
diverse.
People are putting color on it now, right? So that we are. Her point is that I guess we're ruining it.
A train is a train.
That we're ruining it by putting color on it.
What you think is an African-like pattern, I guess. That's how you said it.
That's how she said it. So that was the issue with the NRA and Thomas the Tank Engine. That happened, I think, Thursday. It happened Thursday, and it was and then of course parents were writing, what does this have to do with rifles?
Nothing. And what it shows is America-ness.
Right, and then
That's what it does.
And then people like Judd Apatow, director Judd Apatow wrote such a hateful nightmare they are, talking about the NRA, obviously. Such a hateful nightmare they are. We're all so exhausted by dumb, vicious people. Vote in November. Let's enjoy ending this nightmare.
Vote. Speaking of voting, early registration is over. Voter registration is over October 3rd. So please take your butt and get registered to vote. Okay, if you haven't been voting, you're probably not registered. So go register.
Vote
it's free.
with your butt.
You can go online.
Just vote with your butt.
What you say? Can I vote with
your
my butt? That'd
You
be
can
fun.
vote with your butt.
Sit down on it.
Vote with your butt.
Like this.
You can vote with your butt.
Come on now.
With your butt. You can vote with your butt. Sorry.
They don't know. They don't know.
They have no idea.
Vote with your butt, man. Vote. Let's go. Take it. Make it happen. October 3rd is the last day of voter registration. October 22nd, I believe, is the start of early voting. When you are doing early voting, you do not have to be at a specific location. You can vote anywhere. So if you're on the north side, but you live on the east side and you want to vote, you can vote. If you're on the west side and you're on the east side, you can vote. You can vote. Wherever there's voting, you can vote during early election only, right? So then November 6th is the actual election day, and that is when you must vote at your assigned precinct situation.
With your butt.
district. With your butt. Yeah.
Yes.
So you already
that.
know judges, Senate, House. This is huge for national, for worldwide type situation because this is the midpoint. So you know this is when Barack Obama was in the seat and we had Democrats and then they switched it and the House and the Senate switched up and now it was Republican versus Democrat and they wouldn't pass nothing that he said. So you know, so now we in the same thing. So now Trump being 45 been there with the Republicans. Now we got to switch it up. So now the Democrats run the parties and then he can't get nothing passed. Now the problem is that, what's his name? Did he get on? Is he the new man now already?
I don't know what you're talking about, girl.
The dude that's gonna stay there for the rest of his life.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Actually, some allegations came out over the weekend as well.
Allegations.
Yeah. Which seems to be the topic of the day. But I was having a conversation. My mom is a big political junkie, right? She likes to watch all that stuff, and she keeps staying informed about politics and what's happening. So we had a discussion this weekend about it, and it just seems as though. So what happened with Kavanaugh was that there was a young lady that came out with sexual assault allegations against him, right? And we've kind of seen this movie before, right?
Yes,
it
we
happened
have.
with Clarence Thomas as well. Everybody remembers the Coke can, but he's in there, right? He's a lifetime appointed judge right now for the Supreme Court. Same kind of situation arose or came out this week. A young lady said that he and another guy pushed her into a room. This was during high school. Pushed her into a room and tried to get her to take off her clothes and try to touch her and try to right? So apparently, Representative Dianne Feinstein had a letter about this on her desk for like 7 weeks and didn't say anything. Like, just had it on her desk. Like, you knew about this and didn't say anything until now? Like, why? You know, why would you do that? That's one of the questions that people have. But he's obviously categorically denying anything happened. I didn't do any of that stuff. And, you know, she's not telling the truth. But then he's about to be confirmed, and then something like this comes out. What will happen? Will it, you know, and that's the talk, right? What will happen? Will it delay his confirmation, which is obviously what the Democratic side wants to do. They don't want him to be confirmed until what they suspect will be the blue wave of November, right? They don't want this Congress to vote on his confirmation. They want the next Congress to vote on his confirmation, right? Because if they take the House and the Senate, then they don't have to. Then they can vote no, right, and not put him in. But as of right now, it's all, you know, Republicans are in control, so they can put in whoever they want. But if they can delay the vote for whatever, ethics violations, or maybe we could figure out a way to slow it down so that it doesn't have to happen for another month and a half until after, you know, the election, or it doesn't have to happen until January. Maybe we can run an investigation on this guy that's going to delay it until January when the new people could come in and say, no, or hoping that they win enough elections across the country. But the truth of the matter is, it's really what they want, not what the people want, right?
Yeah.
So this guy, and again, we've seen, to me anyway, we've seen this story before. Clarence Thomas, Anita Hill, that was a whole Senate confirmation hearings, and this lady was on in front of these guys for like, I don't remember what it was, like 30 hours or something like that of testimony from this lady talking about how he, you know, harassed her. He's in, right? They put in who they want to put in. And I don't think that any of this is going to, you know, really, I just think it's filler. Me personally, I just feel like it's filler for the news cycle. You know, they need to talk about something and they need to keep outraging us and, oh my gosh, and this is happening now. And can you believe? And when Donald Trump is quiet, then they need to find other things to be outraged about for us, right? Or outrage us about. So I think that this is the latest one of that. Well, the truth of the matter is, I personally don't see that this guy's not going to get in.
Right.
He's been chosen.
Right.
Right. All of this is just a show,
Just
confirming and whatever. You know
letting
he's going to
people
get in,
speak,
and he
letting
would
people do whatever,
yeah.
go to jail and whatever.
And the truth of the matter is that even historically, the way they report it is that confirmation hearings for judges are generally just a showboat session, right? And it goes to show, we were watching a little bit of it here the other day, that first day of confirmation, this guy didn't even make his own first statement until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And it was just basically, these people, you're going to ask me a question? And it's just about, in the Republican side, they're going to glow about, oh, it's amazing. And it's basically just these senators' ways of just giving speeches, right? In front of, because they know everybody's watching. So now I'm going to grandstand. And then when it comes to the Democrats, with some of these guys, it's really about, oh, who's running for president? Let's see. Who's going to be running for president? And then they're making their speeches and then whatever. You saw what happened with Cory Booker having his I am Spartacus kind of thing. And then it turned out to be, well, you ain't Spartacus, dog. We already released that. Oh, wait, well, hold on a second. I'm going to be Spartacus now then. But no, we had already released it. Okay, hold on. Third time later, now I'm going to be Spartacus. He's just trying to break a rule so that you can see how awesome he is. You know, what does that have to do with Kavanaugh? Like, what does that have to do with the fact that this dude's going to get put in? Now, the reason, even though it seems like the numbers are so skewed, the reason that they want to delay it even more, and the reason they figure that they'll have a better chance of defeating the nomination in January, is because even right now, on the Senate side, they're only up by 1 vote. Because so many dudes are like leaving.
Yes.
And they don't, and they're like, nope, I ain't, they're like not afraid to speak out against the administration right now. So many of them guys are leaving, and really, even Donald Trump said it the other day. He was like, man, we're not as up as we think we are. One guy gets a cold and we're sunk.
Man.
If one guy gets a cold, we no longer have the majority, you know? So it's already kind of a tepid situation. So when it comes to that guy, so there's an allegation with him now. And basically she said, yeah, these two dudes tried to do something to me in high school.
Wow.
And of course, the Republican side is saying, oh, you're going to bring up something from 30 years ago now, something that, you know, he may or may not have done in high school. He says he didn't do it, but how, you know, and it looks desperate, right?
Yeah.
It looks like a desperate, like, oh, how can we stop this thing from moving? And why did they do it now? And there's also many questions. Oh, so many questions. And continuing on with the politics stuff about that. So Ted Cruz, right, which is a senator from right here in Texas, going up against Beto O'Rourke, which is Ted Cruz being the incumbent, obviously, and Beto O'Rourke being the guy he's running against, they're actually just said that they're going to have debates. They're going to have live televised debates. They're going to do 3 of them leading up to the election in November, and one of those debates is going to be right here in San Antonio.
Oh, wow.
They're doing one, I think, in Dallas. I think one, I'm going to find they agreed to 3 debates. I think one is going to be in Dallas. One maybe in Houston, maybe. Yep, Dallas. So I'm going to show you right now. So the Dallas one is going to be about domestic policy, and that'll be moderated. In Houston, it's going to be about domestic policy, and that's going to be kind of a town hall kind of vibe to it. And the one in San Antonio is going to be half domestic policy, half foreign policy, and that will also be moderated. So, and that third one is going to be right here in San Antonio on October 16th. So if you guys want to go and watch these debates live, find out where to get your tickets to go see them. Obviously, they'll be free. It should be free to go. I don't think they're going to try to charge people to go see the debates. But if not, obviously you guys could sit home and watch it from the comfort of your own home on television. But there will be 3 debates: Cruz versus O'Rourke, 3 times, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio.
Let me tell you something.
This Sunday. Sorry.
Sunday.
The first one's going to be, okay, so I got that. The September 21st will be in Dallas, and September 30th in Houston, and then October 16th here in San Antonio.
Nice.
So there you have it.
Nice.
I know we're almost done here, but I got another quick one.
I got
a quick one for you.
Tell me.
So here's a quick one. You ready?
I'm ready for it.
Do you know, let me get the picture.
I was like,
This young lady, right? Let's see if I can
crazy.
show you the picture. So for now, I'll show you the picture. This young lady right here, what is her name?
Chrissy.
Chrissy what?
Teigen.
Chrissy what?
Teigen.
Chrissy what?
Teigen. I don't know.
Yes. Everybody in the
That's
world
John Legend's
sees
wifey.
John Legend's wife and calls her Chrissy Teigen.
Isn't that her name?
Apparently not.
Oh, what's her name?
I just found out that
Like, I'm like, what's her
according
name?
to her, we've been mispronouncing her name forever.
Oh, what's her name?
It's spelled exactly how you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, and everybody says Chrissy Teigen, Chrissy Teigen, Chrissy Teigen. According to Chrissy, everybody's been mispronouncing her name forever. Ever. And she's just like, look, I'm tired. I don't want to correct people anymore.
Right,
I'm not
right.
doing it anymore. And she's obviously, since she's truly become and blown up the way she has, before that she was already tired of her name is pronounced Chrissy Teigen, like a necktie. Teigen, not Teigen.
Nobody would know that though.
Sure, if people would put. Okay, so if you're watching LL and her on that lip sync show, he introduces her every time to Chrissy Teigen. You know, he does that whole
that's
thing.
what I'm saying.
If she would have just said, "My name is Chrissy Teigen,"
Teigen,
dude,
like-
then he would have pronounced it correctly from the beginning of that show.
Yeah, that's
and
her
then
fault.
Her popularness would have caught on.
Yeah, that's her
But
fault.
basically, she's saying, "Look, man, I gave up a long time ago. Last name is Teigen, not Teigen, right?" So, and that was in response to another tweet that came in for her saying, "Well, we mispronounce Chrissy Teigen's name wrong all the time." Somebody wrote that, and then she was like, "Yes, they mispronounce my name all the time, right?" So somebody else wrote, "But wait, when you say it, you say Teigen." Right? When she says it, she says Teigen. She says, "I know. I even correct people when they say it correctly. It's all effed up. I don't correct people anymore. They can call me Janet, and I won't correct them. Give me the wrong order.
So I can see.
Wrong order, I'll eat it.
I can
Taxi
see her.
going to the wrong airport, I'll just change my flight."
Yeah.
Like she just.
Like, I can see her being that person. Like, I totally can see her being that person.
So now
like,
we have a
literally
video.
somebody else would be like disgusted. Like, no, you're gonna say my name correctly. Like,
Right.
they would stop the show, the party, the situation. It's not happening. I can see her as whatever.
Yeah, just leave it, right?
Like, I don't care.
So we have.
I'm sleeping with John Legend.
And we have a
Tired of
video
living this
now.
lie.
Oh, hold on.
I'm tired of living this lie. It's Teigen. Isn't it, Mom? I told you, it's Teigen.
It's Tiger. With her mom in the background. I'm tired of living this lie.
Isn't it, Mom?
Isn't it,
Yep.
Mom? Yep. See? Mom said. Like we all supposed to be like, okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So Chrissy Teigen, everybody. Get it right. Get it right. Chrissy Teigen. And we got lots more, but we could talk about some of that stuff tomorrow.
Hey, let me
Tis
tell you
time.
something.
Tis time.
Let me tell you something.
It
I
is
like the girl
Nika.
because she can
And Nika.
literally right.
And
Nobody can say my name. Inyika.
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 I can say it.
And people always.
Can I start saying that here now? And then
Inyika.
from now on, Miss Anika,
Inyika.
if you nasty.
And people be like, in what in now? And I told you I went to the white people's school,
Inyika.
and they did not
Oh.
spell it right, say it right at all.
So you were just like, look,
And you could tell some of them wanted
Donna.
to say.
Call me Donna.
Some of them wanted to say
oh,
and they would be like Nick, and I'm like, they
And-
don't spell like no Nigger. Like, you know that don't look like that. Neka. Where do you see the R
Anika.
or the G or any of that stuff? Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yika
You
and
people
Cleaver.
are childish
Stop it.
in school.
Tired of living a lie.
Tired of living a lie. It's Tigan.
My name, me, this woman right here, no matter what I look like, no matter what you're seeing, I am really a clean white woman. You heard it here first.
Head in hand. Let's talk to Jesus, girl. Let's talk to Jesus.
Dear Lord, thank you so very much for waking us up for another day and giving us another opportunity to uplift the kingdom. Thank you for you. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for the things that you keep us from doing, even though we want to hear a yes and we hear a no, but it's in your will. And so we're grateful for that. Give us traveling grace today. And of course, let's keep joy in our hearts, knowing all things are possible through you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen, amen, and amen.
Amen. All right, guys, there it is. We love you with everything. We're going to see you guys mañana right here. Same one time, same one channel as always. Keep it clean, keep it sexy, and of course, keep it classy.
Yes.
Even if you're in your pajama pants, that's okay.
I get a touch of class, though. And don't leave the house. And call me if you...
We love you with everything. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Kissy face.